Look at that beautiful sea over there. Right now I'm in Dover and I want to make a message to chosen ones. Anyone that calls himself chosen ones, sees themselves as chosen ones, thought they was a little bit different than everyone in the world, and they basically, on a fundamental level, they feel that there's more to life than just what's presented to us. They gain wonder and excitement from things like films and TV shows, games, things that stimulate the imagination, takes you outside the reality that you're living in with your five senses. Even to those that are astute, adept in other senses. Here's the message. Here we go. Right now we're in age of Aquarius, people. Information age of information. Words have many meanings, like etymology, what the words mean, what it all can be done as, the back history of the word through the 8 times, through the 1600s, 1900s, 20s, noughties. This is English I'm speaking of. Of course there are other languages as well out there, but right now there are many languages. There's been many religions, chosen ones. If you're like me, if you received a form, some have many forms. If you've received energy, if you can speak to ancestors, if you can connect to source, if you can connect to something outside of the normal range of reality, this one's definitely for you. We're in the age of information. Ever heard of something called a collective consciousness? So I remember there was one brother years ago, he was talking about this. I think it's Legionnaires TV. It wasn't one of the songs, it was a reasoning. And he was saying that if we all collectively agreed, we could fly or maybe just levitate. A lot of people on this earth want to live good lives. Everybody wants to live a good life. Everybody wants to live well. Everybody wants to find out some new or something that's great or good, like me. Everybody, nobody wants bad shit to happen, right? And in the age of information, in the collective consciousness, do you think if we all got together and say, you know what, I can motherfucking fly, I can walk on water? Because the way I see it is, through the ages of the belief, Pisces, there were people like Jesus Christ, Buddhas, Cyruses, Isises, Neptis, Horuses. These people, these beings, were what we could call exemplars of a principle, family exemplars. For example, the Pantheon of Egypt, you start with Ra, the sun god, and he gives birth to Osiris. Osiris is, or even go back further, Sky Nut, or Shu, Sky and Geb. They create Ra from the sun, right? And Ra creates Osiris, feeds the grass, right? The green. Then all of that green gives birth to who? Horus. Who is Horus? He can see. Best eyes, isn't it? Fire, solar plexus. See how it connects? And it's just interesting how then after Horus, I don't think there's another one. It doesn't come to mind. However, just take note of the information of the Pantheon and how it builds upon each other from each generation. This is what I'm trying to get to you, chosen ones. If we had someone with 1 million followers, 1 million people with 1 million followers, all meditated on that, we could all fly, we could harden our atoms to the point where if we hit solid rock, stone, it would cut through it like butter. Where we could jump so high in the sky and our legs would withstand the weight of hitting the ground again. Where with enough focus and attention, we could actually create a tsunami, i.e. just something outside of what we have been taught. So I'll leave you with this, yeah? You're meant to be the chosen ones, right? So come on. Where is it? Because the last time there were chosen ones, there was a fall of the gods. You saw them, the giants. They all got their swords. They came after them and they won. Some say they gave it up because they were moving to the next dimension, next stage of evolution for our consciousness as a whole. I hold to that. And there's new souls, new spirits that are here and they want to experience. And these are the ones with enough gusto, not like an old soul, to actually want to experience that. Something a bit like X-Men, really, innit? Yeah. So you're gonna accept something new? You just want the same old thing again and again and again, on to the point where you can't do the same thing because it feels like you can just do it again and you haven't got much consequence. So yeah, I can do that. That's a safe thing to do because it works in the past and it keeps us going. But yeah, you keep drinking on the same water, or if you keep eating the same steak and everybody's eating that steak from all around the world, that shit's gonna get dry. People are not gonna want to eat that anymore. Then what? That's why you need your creative beings that are willing to let go of the old storylines and create new. And if they stumble, if they don't make it, then they will fade away like Thanos, right? That's a potential reality. I'm not bothered either way. But what I'm saying is you're a chosen one. Think about it. So for example, if I was chosen one, if I am a chosen one, I'll be like, you know what? I'm working on having super strength. I'm seeing it in my mind. I'm picking up cars. I'm flying literally over people. You know what I mean? Eventually, with these abilities, you will achieve wonders. Now that with these abilities, manifest maybe one day, you will create a form. With that form, it'll be a bit like Destiny too. Every time you reincarnate with perfect memory from your past lives and continue the work. And around the world you have monuments and temples where you can recharge yourself and pick up where you left off from that point of the world. And yeah, for example, I will use we got these gods called Kalas, right? These dark, pitch black skinned deities. We've got several temples in India, Pakistan. We've got Ganesh. Does the story fit you? Can you relate to the story? Has it happened to you? This is also something you need to watch for if you find yourself in any of these stories, right? So yeah, this is my message to y'all. So if you were Osiris, look for where it is. Look at the skin. Look where similar characteristics are. There you will find yourself. There you will find your recovery points, checkpoints. I need to get passionate about any of this anymore. Just over there is France. And I know you guys can do it. If you guys are really about it, chief mission, or if you're looking for real change, it's where the air is. You need to find where the greatest stores of air are, because they're the ones that are trying to change everything now. Yeah. So they just want us living this same life, and instead of having natural physical abilities where we can do stuff, we just go into a game. And I used to love PlayStation, don't get me wrong, I used to love Xbox. It's like, fuck that, man. It's just boring. Even abilities in the physical body. I mean, think of that, if you could fly, you could jump, you could run on water, swim in the water, the abyss. What good is that? You're just gonna keep going and going and going and going and going. And this what happens if you need to get off this world. You know what I mean? You've seen the stories, people were capable of this.
Excuse me, sir. What if you get
Alright, take it away.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.